Hello, we are here to show our improvised smoking machine. We will be showing you the process of making the smoke machine, how it works, and more. Let's get that out of the way, and now let's get to the materials we will be using.
First, we will be needing our lab safety equipment, which includes a lab gown, face mask, safety goggles, and gloves. As for the materials, we will need a 1.5-liter plastic bottle with a hole on the cap and on the bottom with something to plug it, like tape. We will also need cotton balls and a cigarette, but for this experiment, we will be using a rolled up piece of paper. The first step is to fill up our plastic bottle with water around 80% of the way, leaving a little bit of air at the top. We can then place our cotton ball inside the lid, which acts as the filter. We can then close the cap and insert the cigarette, or in this experiment, the piece of paper, in the hole. After placing the cigarette in the hole, we can then ignite it, but for this experiment, we will not be doing that. Once the cigarette is ignited, we can then remove the piece of tape and let the water drain. While the water is draining, we are
seeing how smoking causes damage and how that damage affects the plastic bottle, which would be your lungs in this case, is only half of the battle. The other half is preventing such damage to begin with, simply eliminating the problem at its source. The best way to prevent lung damage through smoking is simply not to smoke. If you haven't started, then don't start, because it'll only bring harm to your internal organs, especially your lungs. This is probably the best way to prevent lung damage that we know of today. But if you have smoked before, say cigarettes, e-cigarettes, any amount of those actually, then the same advice can be given. I know it's not easy to put it down once you've started, considering the nature of smoking and cigarettes. But if you want to prevent future damage, then simply stopping is enough to let your body heal as much as it can without any surgery. If you do want to prevent lung damage from outside sources like poor car exhaust or smog or factory smoke of that poor air from entering your system. Additionally, if you do live near very highly air polluted areas, then it might be good to invest in an air filter or an air purification device that will ensure that the air you breathe is clean. All in all, this experiment should teach you the dangers of smoking and what it can do to your body as a demonstration.
Now, let's talk about cigarettes. Cigarettes have been heavily debated over the years with the health issues they bring, the addictiveness of their use, and also the positive effects to a person's mental health with this. We'll be discussing the contents of cigarettes and what makes these harmful to a person. There are approximately 600 ingredients in cigarettes, and when they are burned, they create more than 7,000 chemicals, where at least 69 of these chemicals are known to cause cancer, while many others are considered toxic. Many of these chemicals are also found in some consumer products, but these products have warning labels. While the public is warned about the danger of these poisons in these products, there is no such warning for these in tobacco smoke. Here are a few of the chemicals in cigarette smoke that can also be found in some other products. Acetone, which is found in nail polish removers. Arsenic, which is used in rat poison. Butane, which is used in lighter fluid. Formaldehyde from embalming fluid. Hexamine, which is found in barbecue lighter fluid. Lead, used in batteries. Naphthalene, which is an ingredient for mothballs. Nicotine, used as an insecticide. Tar, which is material for paving roads. And toluene, which is used to manufacture paint. Now, the main cause for the addictiveness in cigarettes is actually nicotine. Nicotine releases a chemical called dopamine in the same regions of the brain as other addictive drugs. It causes mood-altering changes that make the person temporarily feel good. Inhaled smoke delivers nicotine to the brain within 20 seconds, which makes it very addictive, which is comparable to opioids, alcohol, and cocaine. The combustion of tobacco results in the formation of smoke, heat, and ash. Now, the smoke contains a range of chemical constituents. The high heat associated with combustion leads to the thermal breakdown of the tobacco when it is burned, resulting in the production of many of the toxicants found in cigarette smoke. Throughout this video, We have demonstrated the effect of inhaling smoke from cigarettes and explained how the smoke is produced and the dangers that each chemical bring with it when they are formed. Smoking cigarettes is harmful to our body and it needs to stop. There are better ways to enjoy yourself, to enjoy life, to satisfy yourself, and it need not be reliant on things that can harm us, like cigarettes.